Hi, I'm Karen. I work here at Montavilla Sewing Center as an instructor, and I would like to show you about the threading on the Baby Lock Zest. So first of all, pull up this spool pin, put the thread on here, and we're going to wind a bobbin first. So first of all, we put the thread underneath here. Make sure it's well under this little spring-loaded guide. That's going to help the bobbin thread wind nice and evenly on the bobbin. And then the bobbin has a hole on the side. You put your thread from inside to outside through the hole like that. Bring it up here to the bobbin winder and put it across like that and across like this. This is kind of the wrong angle for me. There we go. Okay, so it's important to move the bobbin winder spindle to the right and pull out the hand wheel to the right also. Then hang on to this thread like this. As you start winding, make sure you get several layers of thread onto your bobbin before you stop and clip that off, and then you can keep winding. Now, we could keep winding and make a full bobbin, and what would happen is as the thread gets fuller and fuller on the bobbin, it would press against this little stopper, which would effectively pull this back a little bit. It may not push it all the way back, but it'll keep the bobbin from over-winding. So for purposes of saving time, we're just not going to put any more bobbin thread on there. Okay, so when we're done with that, push this to the left. Make sure you push your hand wheel in, snip that off, and now we get to thread this into the bobbin area. So take off this table like this, open the door, and when you take out your bobbin case, it's best to open the little latch, and that helps you pull it out that way. Now, here you can see this little notch right there. So you want to hold the case in your left hand so you can see that notch. Hold your bobbin so that the thread comes up over the top and away from you. You don't want to have it underneath and you don't want to have it towards you. You want to have it over the top and away from you. This is important because it'll make sure it gets threaded correctly. So you can see that little notch. The thread goes right into that little notch. Hold your bobbin this way, slide it under that little hook right there. Now, your bobbin is threaded correctly into the bobbin case. So turn this up right here. If you look inside the machine, there's a little notch right here. This is going to line up with that when you put it in. So when you put it in, make sure the thread tail's not caught behind. Put it in this way, right on that little spindle in the center. And see how that lines up there? This is closed. This should be flush with that. Okay. Close that up. The bobbin is done. Put the table back on. Then to thread the top, there are numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to start with that. So you start 2 hands under here, follow the arrows, come back up, right to left through the take-up lever, back down here, and then there's a guide right there. Notice I did that with 2 hands to get it under this guide. And then there's a little hook on this left-hand side, so up and over to get it into that hook. Now we get to thread the needle. It's probably best to snip it just to make sure it's nice and sharp. You thread it front to back. Okay, front to back like that. All right, and I've got it through there. Okay, now we need to draw up the bobbin thread through the needle plate. So it's now still down inside there, so we need to draw that up. The way you do that is hold your needle thread up at an upward angle. Roll your hand wheel towards you, hanging onto your thread, until the take-up lever peaks up there. I didn't do that quite right. There we go. Okay, and see this loop of thread? That's your bobbin thread. Now I'm going to show you a little Karen trick that keeps your finger away from that needle, so you don't just grab that thread. You can, but there's an easier way. So slide your top thread under the foot like that. Use the tail end of your top thread, swipe this straight back, and now you've pulled up the bobbin thread. So that's how you thread your Baby Lock Zeal. Join us for our future videos. Thanks for watching.